and go.
Hey, what's up guys, Ps5 here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about which console you should get, the Xbox Series X or the PS5. First, let's start with the Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X is very similar to the PlayStation 5 when it comes to the actual console. With that being, the Xbox Series X has 120 FPS and 4K graphics on the actual console. Do be aware though, the Xbox Series X will not play 120 FPS for most games, such as Apex and Fortnite. Now let's take a look at the PlayStation 5. Like I said before, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are very similar in many ways, such as the 120 FPS and 4K graphics. Do be aware though, like I said before, not all games will run at 60 FPS, such as Fortnite and Apex. Now let's take a look at the controllers. First up will be the Xbox Series X controller. So there's not really much to say about the Xbox Series X controller. It's practically the same thing. The only difference is the D-pad is now more pressable. I don't know how to explain it, but basically it's a lot more flexible than the other D-pad. Another thing is, if you look in the middle, you see a middle button below the two buttons in the middle. And that button, basically what it does is record the gameplay footage right away. So you just have to press that button and it'll record the gameplay footage of your choice. 15 seconds, 45 seconds, minute, 5 minutes, so on. Personally, that will be really good at recording my gameplay footage for my videos, because a lot of the time I'll have to cut after a fight, and then I just get killed right off the bat because I have to go into the home menu and press record. So this is going to be very helpful for me. Now let's take a look at the PlayStation 5 controller. In my opinion, the PlayStation 5 controller is better when it comes to the gimmicks that it comes with. For example, as you can see, there's a little speaker on the bottom of the controller. Basically what it is a built-in mic where you can actually hear your friends talking in party chat and game chat, but you can also talk through it as well. So basically you don't need a mic, and it actually sounds pretty decent too. So that's another cool thing. The rest is basically the same, just different color scheme and so on. Personally, I really like that gimmick, but when it comes to the both controllers, they're very similar to their original forms, and I feel like they're kind of tied, in my opinion. But I personally think the PS5 gimmick is way better than the Xbox gimmick, but it's just a little touch, you know? We're still going to use our mics. We're not going to stop using our mics, let's be honest. Now let's take a look at the exclusives. First, let's start with the PS5. Alright, let me be real with you guys. When it comes to the exclusives, PlayStation 5 is always king. It has games like God of War, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and their best exclusive, Spider-Man Miles Morales. The only good Xbox exclusives are Forza and Halo Infinite. Alright, let's be real. We've all heard of Halo, but most of us haven't even played it, and Forza is barely popular at this point. When it comes to the exclusives, PlayStation 5 has Xbox Beat. The PlayStation 5 has Spider-Man Miles Morales, for crying out loud. So if you're looking for the console with the best exclusives, go with the PlayStation 5. Next up, let's talk about storage and faster spin-up times. For storage, the PlayStation 5 has a total of 825 gigabytes of storage. And for the spin-up time, for the PS5 is 5.5 gigabytes per second. Now let's talk about the Xbox Series X. When it comes to storage, the Xbox Series X has the PlayStation 5 Beat. The Xbox Series X has 1 terabyte of storage compared to the PlayStation 5's 825 gigabyte storage. So it has 175 gigabytes of storage more than the PlayStation 5. But when it comes to the spin-up time, unfortunately the Xbox Series X only runs 2.4 gigabytes per second, compared to the PlayStation 5's 5.5 gigabytes per second. And what I mean by spin-up times, I basically mean the startups and loading screens of games. The Xbox Series X unfortunately has 2.4 gigabytes per second, unlike the PlayStation 5 that has 5.5 gigabytes per second. So the PlayStation 5 will load up games and go through loading screens quicker than the Xbox Series X would. Alright, so now we've come to the final conclusion. So which console should you buy? So when it comes to the exclusives, like I said before, the PlayStation 5 is the way to go. It has way better exclusives like the Spider-Man games and Fall Guys for now, and God of War, if you're into that kind of stuff. While the Xbox Series X has Halo Infinite and Forza, it still doesn't compete to Spider-Man, for example. If you're looking for a console that has more storage, then the Xbox Series X has a lot more storage than the PS5. The Xbox Series X has 1 terabyte of storage, while the PS5 only has 825 gigabytes of storage. If you're also looking for a console with a lot good graphics to run your games, then the Xbox Series X also has a little bit of edge against the PS5. The Xbox Series X has 12 teraflops, while the PS5 has 10.3 teraflops, so just a little bit away. And lastly, the controllers. So when it comes to the controllers, the PS5 and Xbox are very similar, just besides the fact that the PS5 has a built-in mic where you can hear people from game chat and party chat. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I made you guys decide on which console you should get. So I'll see you guys in my next video.